Planning your first visit to Paris? If so, start with these top 10 attractions. Number 1, Eiffel Tower, Tour Eiffel. Soaring high above the Paris landscape, the Eiffel Tower symbolizes Paris, and gives you spectacular city views from 3 levels. For many visitors, going to the highest level of the Eiffel Tower tops their essential sights to see in Paris, France. Although you can see the famous landmark from many points in the city, nothing beats the thrill of going up to the observation platforms and watching Paris landmarks get smaller and smaller below you. Number 2. Louvre Museum. The enormous Louvre Museum receives over 10 million visitors a year, making it the world's most visited museum and a top attraction in the part of the first arrondissement known as Royal Paris. Much of this popularity stems from the Louvre's 3 uber-famous masterworks, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa and 2 famous Greek statues. Venus de Milo and the Winged Victory of Samothrace, also known as the Winged Nike, yes, the inspiration for the popular athletic shoe brand. Number 3. Versailles Palace. With more than 700 rooms, Versailles Palace is one of the largest in the world. Famous for its royal occupants from King Louis XIV to Marie Antoinette. The glittering hall of mirrors, lavishly decorated rooms, and priceless art, Versailles Palace gives you an unforgettable glimpse of royal life when you visit. Number 4. Latin Quarter, Quartier Latin. To experience an older Paris, spend some time discovering the charms of the Latin Quarter. First settled by Romans in the 1st century, this famous left-bank neighborhood has long attracted bohemians, scholars, and political protest. Look closely, and you'll see traces of medieval Paris in the narrow, winding streets and older buildings. Number 5. Seine River. The Seine River flows through central Paris, defining the city's right bank to the north and the left bank on the south. Ile de la Cité, one of 2 small islands in the middle, is the historic heart of Paris with world-famous medieval masterpieces, hidden parks, and lovely 17th-century enclaves. You can enjoy the Seine in many different ways. Walk along the banks and admire the beautiful bridges. Number 6. Montmartre and Sacre Coeur. Once a separate village, Montmartre has been part of Paris since 1860, but its winding lanes, many trees, and picturesque hillsides still make it seem like a place apart. Number 7. Musée d'Orsay. Occupying a former train station, Musée d'Orsay contains a magnificent collection of world-famous Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art. Crowds pack the galleries holding the best-known masterpieces, especially those by Monet, Renoir, Cézanne, Gauguin, and Van Gogh, whose Starry Night painting attracts the largest crowds of all. More to enjoy, sweeping views of Paris from the almost hidden rooftop terrace. Number 8. Arc de Triomphe. The massive Arc de Triomphe is one of the most recognizable Paris attractions, commissioned in 1806 by Napoleon to honor his army's victories across Europe. The Arc de Triomphe is surrounded by a busy traffic rotary where 12 major streets, including the western end of Champs-Élysées, converge. Number 9. Pompidou Center. In a city filled with traditional architecture, Pompidou Center's edgy design featuring exterior walls of brightly colored tubes and exposed mechanical systems brought howls of derision when it first opened. Half a century later, the building's design by architects Renzo Piano and Richard Rogers still stands out in the cityscape. More to enjoy, a wonderful rooftop deck, reflecting pool, and restaurant overlooking the city. Number 10. Luxembourg Garden. Towering chestnut trees, a tranquil pool where children, and teens and adults, float toy sailboats, and many benches for sitting among lush flowers and beautiful statues make Luxembourg Garden Paris's most popular park. Despite its number of visitors, Luxembourg Garden seldom seems crowded because its 60 acres are divided into many distinctive areas. You can even play tennis here. Finally, I promised you enjoy in Paris. Thank you. Don't forget subscribe and like.